Welcome back to the 2015-2016 NBA preview. Today we're going to be covering the Houston Rockets, which we have ranked at number 6, and who we also have ranked as the 5th seed in the Western Conference. My name is Josh, we're Enviers, and today with me, like usual, is my co-host.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the one and only legend of winning, a.k.a. Low. Back, Houston Rockets taking off.
Let's take a look at what the Rockets did leading up to this season.
So Houston Rockets, a team last year that was really put to the test, and the one that was leading them, MVP candidate James Harden, the one and only, Fear the Beard, really and truly took his game to a whole nother level last year.
Patrick Beverley went down, Demo went down.
A lot of people went down. Dwight Howard absent for literally half of the season, but none of that really mattered because Dwight Howard really doesn't do much anyway. But James Harden put the team on his back and carried them not only to the playoffs, but through the playoffs as well, beating the Dallas Mavericks, even though Rondo gave up on them, beating the Clippers in 7, and then giving the Warriors maybe not a run for their money, but most definitely really and truly pushing them and seeing what they were really made out of. But they are back this year and seeing that a lot of their players are back as well. We will see what type of luck they have this year.
That said, let's take a look at the summer acquisitions by the Houston Rockets. The biggest acquisition is obviously Ty Lawson, and other than that, that's really about it.
And then Marcus Thornton. Ty Lawson, though, is going to be extremely interesting to see how he works in this type.
He might be suspended for a few games, but
of course he will.
We'll have to see.
Of course he will.
Hopefully he can get that role, whether he's coming off the bench or the starting guy. Personally, I like Patrick Beverley as a starter just because the ball needs to be in James Harden's hand, not Ty Lawson's. So hopefully they could coexist, but we'll have to see.
I applaud you for making that realization, because a lot of people don't understand that the point guard does not have to have the ball in his hand all the time. There's another guard out there that can facilitate. I don't think people understand that, but I applaud you for recognizing that.
As for what they lost Josh Smith, Joey Dorsey, Nick Johnson, Costa Papanikolai, and Pablo Prigioni. Want to sing the song?
Pablo Prigioni. Pablo Prigioni. All right, let me
rest in peace.
Oh man,
he got waived from Denver, but he got signed to a different team that's coming up next.
True. Josh Smith, he actually did pretty decent in the playoffs. He had really good moments, especially him and Dwight Howard, and I feel like he kind of put that value back into his favor. But everybody else just kind of shooters, and they have plenty of that, and they really didn't need that much depth on this team anyway, especially with their mid-season acquisitions like Corey Brewer. So I think they're fine. As
for the draft picks, I really, truthfully love these guys. Like, they picked the best guys available, and I like it. I don't know how Houston keeps on winning. They got Sam Dekker and Montrezl Harrell. These guys are going to be a problem. Montrezl Harrell fell to the second round, and Houston snapped them up. I really do like these guys for these teams.
What is Sam Dekker going to bring to this team, John?
A lot of scoring. I don't know if they need that, but he's also, he's a defensive guy out of Wisconsin. Montrezl Harrell, another defensive guy out of Louisville. You're going to get the boards. It's gonna be nice to see. Hopefully they get minutes because it's a deep rotation.
I was gonna say, again, that's like a reoccurring theme with like rookies now. Like, will they receive the minutes that they probably deserve? Who knows? I don't really know.
Now let's take a look at the rotation for the Houston Rockets. We have Dwight Howard as a starter, Terrence Jones, which is Trevor Ariza, James Harden, and I'm assuming Patrick Beverley for the start of the season at least.
So I agree with you. Pat Bev should be starting, especially what he brings defensively on that perimeter. There's really no need to have Ty Lawson on the starting lineup. It's just way too many. Basically, not way too many players. It may just be James Harden and Ty Lawson. I don't really see how they'll correlate in the backcourt at the same time because both of them kind of need the ball in their hand. But everybody else, I do like. I agree. T. Jones should probably be starting, not Demo. A lot of people may have Demo starting. I agree. T. Jones should be starting over Demo.
Even though he got ate up by Aldridge, but he's serviceable.
He's going to start. He's going to start or come off the bench in certain situations.
They need to improve the big men on this team. As for the reserves, we got Clint Capella, Demo, Corey Brewer, Marcus Thornton, and Patrick Beverley. Or Ty Lawson.
Again, I think Ty Lawson coming off that bench and really aiding the pace for this team and understanding, his role. I think that will probably be his downfall, though, is kind of understanding and comprehending the fact that he's going to be coming off the bench and probably only playing 20, 24 minutes at a time. But I mean, he'll get his minutes worth, and he'll be out there really, really pushing it. And if push comes to shove, and they, have a matchup issue, then they'll probably put Ty Lawson at starting point guard from time to time.
Do you see 3 point guards on the floor at once? Patrick Beverley, Ty Lawson, and James Harden?
No, that's way too much.
Small ball, small ball's a thing now.
I don't even want Ty Lawson and James Harden on the court at the same time. I really don't see how that happens, but I think that's way too small. I
can see it happening in the playoffs if they're down. Now moving on to the questions surrounding this team.
So, like and if you don't know, we are in the top 10. So since we are in the top 10, we will give these teams the utmost respect, and we will assume that they are in championship contention. And because of so, I'm going to ask you, the viewer, and please leave a comment in the comment section below. And I'm also going to ask Josh here, why will the Houston Rockets win an NBA champion, and why won't they win an NBA championship?
They will win an NBA championship because they have that grit similar to the Memphis Grizzlies. Last season they came back on the Los Angeles Clippers, but they just did not have enough to stop Golden State. And I feel like the big issue is the big men on this team. They don't have that one clear starter, in my opinion, at power forward. And if they go up against, guys like Aldridge, they're going to get eaten up again. So we'll have to wait and find out on, if they're going to do any trades around that position. But the reason why they ultimately won't win a championship is just because of the fact that they're in the West. James Harden really has to show up every single night. But more importantly, so does Dwight Howard, because I don't really see him that much in the playoffs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he wasn't really a factor.
Why they will win, I do see that James Harden may kick it up another level for those people who may not believe that he has it in him. I do believe he has it in him. Trevor Ariza had an offseason when it comes to his shooting percentage, and Pat Beverley will be back for a full year. God knows how good this team would have been if they had a healthy Patrick Beverley guarding Chris Paul and Chef Curry with the pot. Also, Dwight Howard, hopefully he's healthy as well. So this team is probably going to get back together and piece something really, really well, along with a better bench. And I couldn't have thought that they would have a better one, but they actually do have a better bench as well. While they won't win, though, I'm not sold on their bigs just like you are. I'm not really sold on that neither. And I'm also not sold on the Ty Lawson in the backcourt with James Harden, even though, again, I'm hoping that it's not going to happen that often. Not really sold on that. And Ty Lawson is he's not really needed on this team. They have a pretty solid bench that can get it done themselves. So I guess we'll have to see moving forward.
Probably trade value, which really leads us into the predictions. If Ty Lawson, doesn't click well with this team, I could easily see him, being shipped off to another team, depending on how well or inefficient he does with this team. Just because of the fact that, yes, he could be a great 6-man off the bench, but will he accept that role, especially when they drafted Emmanuel Mudiay, the Nuggets? He's like, there's a clip of him saying some vulgar words towards that pick, So we're gonna have to see if he's gonna cool down off the weed and become level-headed.
Ty Lawson, he's most definitely a huge question mark. Wouldn't be surprised if he's traded. Wouldn't be a surprise if they do a 3-man trade and brought Morris from the Suns to this team, especially if Phoenix is kind of like a quarter way into the season and kind of starting to feel themselves not being able to do as well as they might have thought they were able to do, and just like, what, forget it. We're going to just tank and just kind of devy off these players bit by bit. And Morris kind of finds his way on the Houston Rockets, and Ty Lawson is gone. And now they'll actually
interesting.
Yeah, they'll actually have a rotation, and Morris can stretch the floor and knock down the 3, so that's what they want. But I do agree with you. Trade is most definitely needed to be had, and if it does happen, they actually
has to surround Ty Lawson.
Yeah, I think it would as well. And if it does happen, though, I think it would make them a lot better.
That much better of a team.
Yeah, I think
a complete team.
It would make them a complete team. But that power forward position has been a problem for them ever since Terrence Jones got eaten up by LaMarcus Aldridge. That day, I cried, Josh. I cried.
My shoulder is here.
It wasn't there though when he was getting eaten up, though. It wasn't there.
No. It wasn't. That said, we'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you could leave a like and you could cry on my shoulder, it'd be greatly appreciated. Be sure to subscribe for more.
Oh god, yo! Shout out to all the Houston Rocket fans, and shout out to Terrence Jones. We will always remember you as LaMarcus Aldridge's mid-game snack. And we'll see y'all next time. Please remember to subscribe and comment. And
we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
We're close to the end, guys. Bye, guys. Bye.